Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm not sure if this is working. I don't know what we're walking into right now because I'm in a hotel. I'm in a hotel that has very, very terrible Wi-Fi, and I'm trying to make it work. It's honestly, it's been stressing me out for like the last 3 hours just thinking about this. I'm trying to understand if it's actually going to work the way that I want it to. So let me know how this looks and sounds. I'm gonna try to keep an eye on things um, down below and see if it tells me that I'm messing up terribly. Welcome to my hotel room, Casa de Gnome, for the next 2 weeks. 2 weeks I will be here. So not for you guys. So I will next week's weekly pint will also be from Casa de Gnome. Then we'll be back in studio. But for me, I'm here. I'm stuck in this little tiny room for what feels to me right now forever because I haven't really left. I don't have a car. I don't have an easy way to get around this town. Um, I'm trying not to spend a fortune doing that because I'm here for 2 weeks. It's very stressful. As you can see, I have the lounge that's over here. Maybe I'll record from the lounge next week. My bed is right there. This is my office. My kitchen is right here. You can't really see it, but I have a microwave and a coffee maker, and then a little tiny fridge that has nothing in it. And then the bathroom, and that is it. That is my entire room, and I'm already starting to feel like I'm stuck in it because I haven't gotten to get out the way I like to get out. Um, all right, everybody says so far so good. Um, that makes me feel good. John says, hotel kinky. Is this gnome OnlyFans? No, unfortunately, it is not. However, if you look around, I probably have a pair of underwear laying on the floor, if that's your thing. Um, Tell me what you're drinking. This is still a happy hour. It's not a show. Let's see. Julia's having coffee vanilla access Monday. That sounds great. Julia says, not even a home two suites, so you have a separate bedroom. We'll get into that. Let's see. Eric is having a homebrew old ale. Takes a while to go through 5 gallons by yourself. You don't have to go through it by yourself. Invite us. We'll come drink it with you. John just finished a plum soju and a Swiftwater Kolsch. What next? Give me a style. Well, I'm gonna go. I've got lagers, barley wine. That's another a whole different direction. So I've been I've been worried. I got into town yesterday. I think. What day is it? Today's Monday, right? Yeah, because it's the week of the pint. I got into town yesterday, and it was snowing very bad the entire trip to get here. And then when I got here, it was still snowing here, and it was cold. And again, it's not easy to get around when you are stuck. So I didn't get any beer. I went and grabbed some dinner at a place that was kind of within a block or two, and that was as far as I felt comfortable walking. And comfortable is it's as manly as I felt like I was going to be. I didn't want to get out in the cold. Uh, so I sat down, I had some dinner, had a couple beers with my dinner, and I asked the bartender, and I said, "So I'm a beer guy. I need to know like where can I go to just get a 6 pack of beer around here? I need some good local beer to drink in the hotel room." And she, I kid you not, she went, "Ooh, yeah." She's like, "There's a 7-Eleven, but it's a little while away. That's the best you're gonna get for a while." No, no, this is not acceptable. And I said, "What about like, I don't know, a place that fills like a growler or a crowler or something?" She's like, "Yeah, there's not really anywhere close by. You gotta go to another part of town to get all that." So like, all right, we can figure this out. It's fine. It's fine. I have a day to figure this out. Um, so um, tonight after work, went and had some dinner again at another little bar that was in within a block. It's cold today. I don't know how cold it is at home, but it's cold here. And the afterwards came back to the hotel, And I came up here and I got all this set up and made sure things were working. And I was like, all right, now I got to figure out what I'm going to drink because I flew here. I didn't bring beer. Like, this is not the way I travel. I always bring beer. It's a rule of mine. You never travel without beer. What am I going to do? And I had in the back of my head an emergency plan that I'm going to walk downstairs. This is not a hotel with a fancy hotel bar. There is a bar downstairs, um, and they have alcohol. But I glanced at the cooler, kind of by the front desk as I was checking in yesterday, and it was not a good selection. There was Blue Moon and Bud and Mick Ultra, and that was about it. Um, so I'm like, all right, that's fine. We can make do. We can do 1 week where I'm drinking Blue Moon or something. It'll be fine. And so I got back here, got the setup, went downstairs, went over to the hotel bar, and I'm like, I need another beer. What do you guys have? And she said, we got all kinds of stuff. Go look over here. And then behind the bar, there's another little fridge, and it is packed to the gills with beer. All kinds of beer. Most of it macro stuff, but there was some stuff that was not. So I drank some kind of Japanese beers that were actually like kind of fun. Happy Beer. What was the name of the brewery? I put it out on Instagram or something. Um, Started with a K. Kukunoka. Kizakura. Kizakura. I don't know if you've heard about these guys. Um, this was Lucky Chicken. There was also a Lucky Dog that I had, and they have a Lucky Cat down there too. Both of these were different IPAs. Um, but I'm saving that one for later in the week because I know that I'm going to need it. um, let's see. Eric says, "Yikes! I was confused that liquor stores don't sell beer there. At least where I searched. Yeah, see, and that's I don't know. I don't know any of the liquor laws. Like I don't know. I'm pretty sure I can get beer at 7-Eleven. I think. I think. I don't. I don't know. I there is a grocery store that one of the people that is I'm here for a training for a new job that I took, and one of the people that's in the training with me, he said that he walked to the grocery store last night and got beer. So, what that means, I don't know. How far the walk is, I definitely don't know. Look, I don't love walking. Um, Anyways, I say all this because behind the bar, there was a pretty decent beer selection. And at that, it was not as expensive as I don't know if she was just being kind and didn't ring it up the way it was supposed to be rang up. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if she charged part of it to my room. I don't know how that works. Look, proof that I'm hotel drinking. Got my little hotel glass with my little hotel coaster. Are these coasters or are they just to keep dust out of my glass? I don't know. I use it as a coaster. I have two beers, both lagers. We have a Pilsner. It's a crisp golden Pilsner from Hardywood. Um, Full disclosure, I tried this the other night. I drank this at the bar last night. And then I have a Richmond Lager from Hardywood. Oh, these are both Hardywood. I don't think this is the one I had last night. I don't think they were both from Hardywood. I had this one. I know I had this one. Um, you guys tell me which way I go. Do I go Pilsner first or I go American Craft Lager first? I hope these are both American Craft Lagers. They're both cold and both ready to be drank. This is very strange for me. There is no schnappening. I It's a hearty party. I threatened in a text message with some friends that um, I was gonna drink hand sanitizer as the schnappening tonight because that's the state that I'm at in this room. I also realize I set up a little cool backlight and I don't even think it shows up because of the way I changed the camera. Hang on. I'm gonna fix that because I'll be damned if I'm traveling with lights and they don't even show up. Man, okay. How's that? Oh, that looks ridiculous. It looked so much better before. Oh man. I'll fix it next week. Okay. Eric says I've got one of each in my fridge. Um, Hardywood is great brewery, well respected. Julita says lager. They're both lagers. I need to know what I'm drinking. Am I going Pilsner or just craft lager? Do you mean craft lager? Help me out here. All right, but we'll just start there. Craft lager first. Julia says Josh and I are having some schnapps in your honor, so there's still a schnappening during weekly pint. Thank you. Hopefully I'll have one next week. I was joking to my wife on the way to the airport yesterday, um, that I had to find a way to get some schnapps, and she said, "Oh no, are you gonna like buy a bottle of schnapps and then drink the entire thing in 2 weeks because you can't bring it home?" And I said, "Yes, probably." Okay, this is the craft lager. It's a little hazy. Does it tell me anything about the beer? It does not. Oh, yeah, it does. In this tiny print, all down the side. Itty bitty print. It says it's an award winning lager brewed by Hardywood, Park Craft Brewery, Richmond, Virginia, USA. Brew with purpose. What is the purpose? Neat picture of a bridge on there. I have not really, again, I have not explored the city at all. I've seen it a little bit, just from windows, and um, the river is cool. It's like a big wide river with some bridges going across it, and there's all kinds of like hiking trails and stuff. I'm hoping the weather warms up and I can get out and kind of explore things a little bit more than I've been able to. Um, I even like I think I'm like, I don't know, half a mile, maybe. No, it's further than that. Maybe a mile or so away from uh, the place that I'm working, and I take a shuttle there. I've taken a shuttle there every time so far. I don't know what that says about me, but it's cold. Julia says, "Do you have a decent view from your hotel room, or does your room just look onto a wall?" Hang on. Let me see if I can add this camera. I don't want to move this camera because it's very confusing the way it's all set up here. But I think maybe. Okay, here, hang on. Okay, you're not gonna be able to hear me very good. Okay. Uh, okay, my view. Are you ready for this? It's good. I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, that's just a brick wall and some dumpsters. That's it. That's the entire view. Now I have to change my camera back. Hang on. That's it. Really great view. My kids are also absolutely breaking my heart texting me. Um, Again, I've only been gone one day, and I will be gone for weeks. And they have both texted me independently, telling me that they miss me and need me home, and like it is so tough. Um, I don't mind traveling. Uh, I don't always love traveling by myself, which is strange. Um, I gotta drink this beer. Hang on, we'll get into it here. I've only dropped 32 frames right now, so we're okay. And that might have actually been the phone that did that. And Julia says maybe you'll get to see some wildlife around those dumpsters. I didn't even think to look last night because um, it was snowing and I just wanted to curl up and watch TV. Mm. That's a solid beer. Um, it's very I'm gonna call it heavy, but I don't know that that's a fair representation considering that people are um, drinking barley wines and things like that. It's not heavy in that same way, but for a craft lager, it's just full bodied. I guess is the better way to put it. John says traveling by yourself is great, but traveling with others makes for better stories. Yeah, like I don't care being alone. It's like I love sitting at a bar by myself and just people watching and having a pint and like I enjoy that. There is I don't know if it's like the weather that makes me feel like I'm stuck inside or the fact that I'm here for 2 weeks, so I'm trying to budget differently than if it was just for a few days or something. Um, the fact that I'm here for like an actual work thing, which is not normal for me. I've been my own boss for so long um, that I have some kind of other obligation that I'm leaning heavily into that is tough. I don't know exactly what it is, but like I'm not really loving this so far. Um, I miss my kids, and that's not normal. Normally, I'm very happy to get away from them for a couple days if I have the chance. Um, I don't know. It just feels strange to me. Maybe it's because I don't have a properly stocked fridge. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's that simple. I don't know. I don't know, but I'm just not loving it. But I do like I enjoy traveling. Um, I don't mind flying. Like I know some people don't love flying places. I kind of love it. I think Um, hello, Marco. Goodbye, Marco. Um, oh, we're dropping more frames. Here we go. Internet is showing me why I was worried. um, yeah, there you go. Okay. If it cuts out, I'm sorry. Um, so getting out of CVG was fine, except the once we got on the plane, then it kind of started snowing a little bit heavier and everything started getting kind of delayed and pushed back. And then we had to de ice the plane, and we didn't end up leaving. It was probably an hour after we were supposed to. And so I had a connecting flight in Philly, and I'm now starting to get worried that I'm going to miss the connecting flight. We got there, and everything was saying that the flight was still on time, which gave me like, I don't know, something like 7 minutes to get from my gate to the other gate before the plane was supposed to leave. Um, got to the gate, and they hadn't even started boarding yet. It wasn't updating for whatever reason. It wasn't even updating on their board. So it was chaotic, and I know I live in chaos, and that's fine. I deal with chaos just fine, but I just didn't love it. I just, this whole time has just been so nuts so far, and I don't want it to be. Um, while I'm down here in Richmond, one of the good things, next week, next Thursday, Zane Lamprey will be in town. I know that most of you guys know how much I love Zane Lamprey. So I get to go see a fun show at Strangeways Brewing. Um, I will make it to a handful of breweries between this week and next week, this weekend. I've got the whole weekend free to just do whatever, so we'll hit some places. Got to go to Guar Bar. I mentioned that last week. I got to go to Guar Bar. I've been taking lots of suggestions from all of you guys, and I appreciate that very much because I there's a lot of places. This is like a fun little city that uh I don't know, in some ways like it reminds me a little bit of Cincinnati in that there's like this soul to it that a lot of places don't have. Um it feels very rooted in its past, which I like. There's a lot of stories I think to kind of uncover from that. I'm excited. Brian says, done quite a bit of traveling alone. Stay out of the hotel as much as possible. I get that, but I also don't want to spend a fortune out for 2 weeks. 2 weeks is so long. Mm. Trying to figure it out. I mean, luckily, I will spend a lot of time at work. Um, I did. I don't know how much I've talked about it, but I did start a 9 to 5 job, which is special for me. I've been um, pretty much just gnome and dad for the last what 5 years. Um, so kind of shifting back into this 9 to 5 life is very strange for me, but I'm shifting, and that will consume a lot of my brain power over the weekdays, I guess. I think it's gonna help once it warms up a little bit, which is supposed to warm up what on like Wednesday, I think. Um, oh, also now people are trying. My wife is texting me about codes and stuff for. Hang on. Um, yeah, I guess they're trying to install some kind of an app and need a code that was emailed to me. I don't know. I don't know. um, Julia says, when I did some traveling for work, first thing I did when I knew where I was working, staying was look for local parks to walk out. That was awesome and free, but then I also am a weirdo who doesn't mind hiking in the cold. I don't mind a little bit chilly, but it was like cold, rainy nastiness, like just really, really nasty yesterday. Now today wasn't as bad, but once we got out of work, I came back here, um, took a minute to like change and kind of decompress for a minute, and then we went out with a group of the people that were at work for like a I guess a happy hour. I guess we do happy hours now. I am I don't even know who I am anymore. I went and happy houred with coworkers. Like a sitcom. Um, Rob says triple crossing, Vale, the answer. Yes, all on my list. All three of those are definitely on my list. Um, also Stone. Like, are we still? Do we admit that Stone still exists? Because I'm gonna go. Um, most of it seems to like from what I can figure out, most of the breweries are kind of northwest of downtown. They are in this place called Scott's Addition, which I don't understand who Scott is and why he added to the city, but I'm going to figure that out. Most of them are up there. Stone is on the other side, so it's east from where I am. Um, I don't. It might be walkable. I don't know. It's like, let's see. Let's check. Actually, let's find out how walkable this is. Stone Brewing. It's 1.4 miles, which to me feels like it's walkable. 35 minutes, according to my maps, with a moderate hill. or 36 minutes with a steep hill, 37 minutes with a 100-foot climb. So I don't I don't know how easy that is to walk. I don't want to sweat on my way to a brewery. I don't want to get there and be tired. I don't want to get there and then realize that now I have to walk back if it was bad. Um, so I don't know. Guess I'm Ubering over there. Uh, I think I think there are some places that are kind of on the way. So again, I can't. A lot of these I can't really do during the week if I want to hit like a pocket of places. Like I can go to one place. Like if I want to after work and I want to go to Stone, I could do that. And I could have some dinner and then come back. But like trying to hit, three or four places at a time, I don't know. Eric says, but it's downhill all the way home. Maybe, I don't know. It might be 100 feet, 100 feet. So it's just uphill both ways. I don't know. I know nothing. And I think that's what's also a little, I'm used to like just existing in my little bubble in Cincinnati where I know where every place is. I know what I'm walking into. Like this is all pretty blind. Like I've got places that people are staying. Um, John says, if I remember correctly, Stone was kind of out on its own and had a bridge kind of worth the Uber. Yeah, that and actually that's one of those places that might make a good weeknight spot, like just a one hit and then come back. Maybe we'll do that this week. Also, if it's gonna warm up, yeah, maybe I'll do it like on one of those warm days so I can sit outside. They've got like a whole garden thing going on, like a big beer garden, right? I don't know. Julia says, no idea where you're at, but if you're close to the Virginia Capitol Trail, that looks like it'll take you right to what looks like Stone's parking lot. Um, yeah. I'm guessing that runs like along. Oh yeah, I gotcha. The Capitol Trail looks like it sits like halfway in between me and Stone. I'm like right downtown. Um, I mean, I guess that's every place down here is right downtown. I don't even understand how to. The city feels like it's very stretched compared to Cincinnati. I don't know. Oh, that's a good beer. It is funny that if this is the same beer that I had the other night, the only two local beers that I've had, I just keep having them over and over. I mean, it's fine. All right, let's try this one, and then we'll try to keep this a little bit shorter tonight. I'll have more to talk about next week after I actually get out and about. This new job that I'm starting is nuts. I wish I could talk more about it, but I'm trying to keep some kind of separation between that and this as much as possible. I think they know that this exists. I know they know this exists, and I know that they know about the gnome, and that I do all of that. But I don't really want to combine the two. I guess. All right, this is the pills, Hardywood pills, German style lager. A little bit more clear. Most of the, I've been here, like I said, for 2 days. Um, and in those 2 days, I've probably had, I don't know, I could probably do the math here. Probably had three, five, maybe close to a dozen beers. And uh, half of those beers have been Guinness. Been drinking a ton of Guinness because right across the street is an Irish pub. And that seems to be the place that everybody keeps wanting to gather at. So we keep going there, and I can't help but keep ordering Guinness because I feel like I'm supposed to at an Irish pub, and I guess I need to kind of branch out. Okay. Hmm. Oh yeah, that's good. You know what? I better wrote down. I bet I could tell you. No, I didn't. I don't know if this was what I had the other night. I'm looking up their untapped list. Okay, it's a good little bar. It's called Southern Railway Tap House. It's down the street, and it was really good. Ah, no, okay. Ardent, Ardent Craft Ales. Their Ardent Pilsner. That's the Pilsner that I had, and that was delicious. This is good, but it wasn't. This is not as good as that one was. It's so strange to me to look at a tap list, and this one they have 39 beers on tap, and not one of them, well, depending on how you look at it, is Cincinnati. And that's so strange to me. Let me read the tap list at this place, okay? We got Angry Orchard, which I guess you could argue is Cincinnati, and I'll accept that. You have Bold Rock Hard Cider, Blackberry, Busch Light, Ardent Pilsner, Devil's Backbone, Vienna Lager. I haven't seen that around Cincinnati for a long time. That was when they came into town. That was a big deal. Uh, Triple Crossing, Falcon Smash, Center of the Universe, Pocahoptis, Noda, Hop Drop and Roll. I haven't had that beer in a long time. Like some of these are like beers that I haven't had for a very long time that kind of get me excited about trying them again. Hop Drop and Roll. I'm gonna have to have one of those before I leave. Richmond Lager. I did have that one. Shock Top. Twisted Tea. Again, I'll accept an argument that that's a Cincinnati beverage. Lagunitas Hazy IPA. Noda makes a Cheerwine ale. Is that an actual like Cheerwine collaboration? That's interesting. Um, Noda out of Charlotte, for anybody that doesn't know. When my brother lived in Charlotte for like a decade, that was that was probably my favorite brewery down there at that time. I haven't been down there for a long time, so I don't know if it still is. But Dogfish, the Grateful Dead Juicy IPA, Sam Adams Winter White, Ardent Earl Grey Brown Ale. Oh, I missed that one. That sounds great. Ooh. Sapporo Premium Beer. That hits a little different with Stone in town. Bell's Two Hearted, Deschutes Fresh Squeezed, Three Notched Future IPA, Center of the Universe Black Lager. I did try that one too. Sierra Nevada Hazy Little Thing, Pale Fire Brewing Company. Never heard of them, but okay. Red Molly, Dos Equis, Vassen Baja Sour, Trogs Mad Elf, Three Notched Biggie S'mores, Kindred Spirit, Merry and Bright, Star Hill Virginia Peaches, Legend Brewing Company Winter White, Silver Branch Brewing Company Amber Castle, Aleworks Fun Old Fashioned Family Christmas Ale, Modelo, Negra Modelo, Sierra Nevada Celebration, Hardywood Christmas Morning, Hardywood The Great Return, Left Hand Milk Stout, Star Hill Pure Imagination, and Old Bust Head Brewing Company Caramel Macchiato Stout. Okay. Like it's a bunch of beers that I know nothing about. um Uh, hang on. Okay, there's Chris says, unfortunately, the only interesting thing I see on the Atlas Obscura is the Edgar Allan Poe Museum. I saw that vintage 1920s movie palace too. Okay, and a giant 29-ton granite ball that you can move because it sits on water. I'm game for that too. I will push the ball if it's somewhere close by. Um, and I've talked to a lot of people about going to the Edgar Allan Poe Museum because it sounds awesome. Um, Chris says there's a Confederate Medical Museum too. Um, I think there's a lot of Civil War stuff around here. There's one of the parks. I can't think what the name of it is. Sits on some kind of site of some kind of Civil War prison or something, and it looks really cool. Um, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, Guar Bar. Guar is here. This is the home of Guar. Like, if that doesn't get you excited, I don't know what to tell you. I'm gonna find some cool stuff. The question is like, how do I package that? Do I make a video that's just, hey, I'm in Richmond. Here's the things I did. Or do I try to make a proper video that is like clickable and stuff? That's like, here's the top places to drink in Richmond. Or I'm, I got to figure that out because I do have. I mean, I got a lot of time, but I have limited time and limited stops that I can make, and I gotta find the right way to do it. Yeah, Chris says the lead singer's grave is there too. Yeah, um, it's and like their original the place that they started the original slave pit is this old like milk factory that like the building has these big like milk bottles on it. Like that's a cool spot too. Like there's a lot of cool things that I wouldn't mind seeing, but um yeah, again, limited time and not an easy way to get around town. And from the way it seems, you know, Julia says, me personally would like to see a video of what you did, what you had fun doing while you were there, and not some touristy clickbait video, but that's just me. I get that, but I gotta, at the same time, I got you gotta find that nice in between. Not everybody actually cares about me. Like I understand that, and I gotta, I gotta get that. I have to understand that this video, this show doesn't have to be something that is uh, clickbaity. And I'm not gonna say clickbaity. Something that uh, clickbaity is not the right word. Um, I'm not trying to make a clickbait video, but I'm trying to make something that people do want to watch, and more people do want to watch. Um, I should be thinking about that, I guess. On that note, we should make note. Hopefully, you saw on Facebook the premiere of this big Bruckman project that I've been working on for a year and a half now. Is on the calendar. It's not done. It's close, and I'm hoping that I can also finish that this week and get it. No, not finish, but get it to the next step. Um, it's it's close. It's really close, and I'm excited about it. But there's still revisions and stuff that'll be done. Um, please, um, if you care about me as any kind of artist or creator, buy a ticket to come see this thing. Please, it's $10, and none of that goes to me. It goes to the Brewing Heritage Trail, which hopefully all of you guys want to support as much as I think you should. But this is a project that like I have put more time into than I ever thought I would put into a project. I am at the end of the day not making any money off of this. I've lost a ton of money by doing this, just with the amount of time that I've invested in this project. But um, it's good, and I'm proud of it, which should mean something. It's called A Light in the Tunnel. Um, It's a documentary about Bruckman and about the restoration process of this historic brewing structure. And it kind of goes into some of the history of the space and kind of why the space is important in Cincinnati. So, yeah, head over to Facebook. The event's up there. I'll be sharing out more stuff over the next month or two about it before the premiere. So, I hope everybody comes and hangs out. It'll be, if you can't afford the $10, it'll be viewable at some point for free. So don't feel bad if you can't spring the money. I get it. Um, yeah, we should probably wrap things up. I'm gonna watch some TV, go to bed, and get up and go to work. Which just I don't even like saying it out loud. Feels weird. We'll do this again next week though. Mm. Not only will we do it again next week, we'll do it better because I will have more local beer and more stories because I'm gonna go push a granite ball. I also don't have outro music, which I just realized because I don't have any of my stuff. Although considering that I don't have any of my stuff, I think this is a pretty good setup. My lighting is lame. It really did look so much better before. Um, I'm gonna fix that. But considering that I don't have any of my things, I think this is a pretty good little live stream setup. Wi-Fi sucks. All right. Thank you guys for hanging out. If you like this show, if you like any of the stuff that I do, you know the drill. Go to thenarlygnome.com/support and you can support that way. And it really does help. It helps way more than I can even like explain to you guys. It gives like the foundation for all of the other stuff that I do, and it births other projects that wouldn't exist otherwise. It gives me a place that I can vent and talk about things that I can run ideas by. Um, Nomies will be the first people that get to see new merch, which is coming very soon. Um, Nomies get access to the magazine, to Cincy Drinks, um, and not only before everybody else, but as part of the subscription. So there's lots of cool stuff. If you don't already subscribe there, please do. thenarlygnome.com/support. With that, we'll see you next week. Thank you for hanging out. Sorry about the bad internet. Sorry about the lame hotel setup. We'll make it better. Cheers, everybody. Um, go drink a Cincinnati beer for me because I can't. In fact, I only have 2 cans of beer at my disposal in my entire living space right now. I'm gonna drink those 2 cans. I'm gonna be happy about it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'll see you guys. Cheers, everybody. Rob says Richmond has been on my short list for a guys' weekend away trip. Yeah, it's a neat town. It is definitely worth it. And I'll have a guide for you if you choose to do that. The places that you need to visit. There will be probably a blog post and a video, and maybe even a podcast. Who knows? Who knows? I'll grab a Cooper for you. That sounds good. Oh man, I miss Cincinnati beer. I miss Cincinnati. There's lots of things that happen that just make me miss Cincinnati. I did grab a Geta slider on the way out of town for breakfast. That was nice, but I could use some Geta in the morning. Geta would be good for breakfast. Do you think I can find Geta around here? I bet I can't. Cheers, everybody.